would you do if you were trapped on a tropical island with 3 men running around after you trying to get you to fall in love with them in a language you didn't understand? Because that's pretty much what this is. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Krista. On this channel, my boyfriend and I typically share what it's like to be in a mixed everything relationship. We've got age gap, interracial, intercultural, all the things. But today, I am in the process of watching the biggest multicultural dumpster fire I have ever seen, and y'all are going to be along for the ride. Love in Translation is a new reality TV show that came out in January of this year on the Learning Channel, more commonly known as TLC. In a nutshell, the show is a social experiment to see whether or not people from different cultures and different countries can fall in love even if they don't speak the same language. As a Black American who speaks Spanish fluently and works as an interpreter, I get to see the power in the pitfalls of communication or lack thereof on a daily basis. Given my background, given the relationship that I'm in, I couldn't just simply avert my gaze and keep it pushing. Like, I have to check out this show. I'm hoping to go through and share a little bit about each one of the episodes with you, starting with the first one today. So let's go ahead and get started. The program takes place in Las Terrenas, which is a beautiful beach town in the Dominican Republic. There are 12 women and 3 men, and I will introduce you to them right now. We've got Jennifer and Giselle from Brazil, Tulay from Germany, Sara from Italy, Imani from Morocco, Airi from Japan, and honestly, she is my favorite, Lady from Colombia. I don't know if her name is Juliana or Juliana, but Juliana from Bolivia, Jam, and I think Jam is short for Jamilet, but Jam is from Mexico, Jocelyn and Asia are from France, and Jin is from South Korea. Now, all of these women are looking to date somebody exclusively from the United States of America. Why?
Les Américains, ils sont ouverts d'esprit, ils sont droits, ils sont honnêtes.
Wissen, wie man mit Frauen umgeht.
Quando eu penso num homem americano, eu penso no Brad Pitt.
I mean, if you say so. Then we have the guys. Meet Khalil, Trip, and Dylan. They're all from the United States. Everybody on the show is less than 30 years old, except for Trip. And they're all only interested in dating either international women or women from different cultures.
The most meaningful relationships I've ever had are with women from other cultures.
The international aspect kind of gives them a little bit more flavor.
Going to a foreign place and finding women from all different cultures, it makes a lot more sense for me.
I know that there's this huge trend for people to be talking about passport bros and all of that kind of stuff. I will say I don't necessarily knock either the women or the men for wanting to date somebody outside of their comfort zone or outside of their sphere of knowledge, because that's how I am. In terms of attraction, I have found that the more different somebody is from me, the more attracted I am to them. So I resonate with the interest, but I don't like the way that it's expressed. It's very kind of surface level, ignorant in terms of stereotypical thinking of what an international woman is.
They're very short and spicy and sassy. Italians love carbs.
Y'all, I don't like Trip. My prediction is that I will not like Trip this entire show. Now, a show about whether or not people can fall in love given certain obstacles that are put in their way, I mean, that's been done time and time again. But TLC decides that it's going to have 2 twists in this intercultural show. Number 1, the contestants know that they are part of an experiment, but they don't know that they won't be able to communicate directly with each other. And number 2, the women have kind of an advantage. Maybe. I don't know if I feel like it's an advantage yet, but one of the things that the women get that the men do not get are translators. Now, the translator devices will allow them to communicate with each other and communicate with the host, but the men aren't going to be able to communicate with them.
How are we supposed to communicate? Body language.
The women don't really use their translators much in the first episode other than to say how hot they think that everybody is. I'm sure that they'll come into play as alliances start to form and crushes start to become more possessive.
No one speaks English.
I feel so helpless. Like all of my abilities that make me who I am, like half of them are taken away right now. because I really like to talk and listen. And two of those elements are out the window.
If you are specifically saying that you want for somebody to come from a different culture in a different country, why would you not expect them to speak another language? This is so difficult. I feel like I can't express myself. I feel helpless. Whatever, bro. That's exactly how people feel when they come to the United States. Just stop. They've had the opportunity to meet each other. The host informs everybody that they are going to complete a challenge, and it is called the 2-minute gaze. In a pair of studies from 1989, strangers who looked into each other's eyes for 2 minutes experienced mutual feelings of love. A 2003 study found that the longer someone stared at a face, the more they became attracted to it. The psychology of this challenge is that gazing into somebody's eyes for an extended period of time, even if you don't know them, will help you feel more connected to or attracted to them. This challenge was really interesting to me. In the United States, if somebody looks us in the eyes, it's considered respectful, especially if we're talking to them directly. If they don't look at us or if they're turned away from us, we see that as something that's bad. But depending on the country that you're from, the meaning of eye contact can change. And we get to see that with my favorite contestant, Heidi. She has a very hard time locking eyes with any of the men. In Japan, staring at somebody directly is really disrespectful. In Muslim cultures, men and women should avert their gazes if they're crossing paths. In Chinese culture, if you stare directly at somebody, it means that you are pissed off. In other circumstances, direct eye contact has sexual connotations to it. I couldn't tell if this was an intentionally culturally insensitive or tone-deaf choice, or if the producers were just viewing everything through an American lens. They have to have known that it might have caused some sort of awkwardness or discomfort amongst the contestants, I would think. Also, I really don't like the way Giselle looks at Tripp. It kind of felt nasty. After the singles complete the 2-minute gaze challenge, the men are expected to choose one woman, the one that they connected with the most during the exercise, to go on a solo date with the next day. So the men go up to their room, they're in the middle of deliberating. They experience yet another cultural faux pas when Imani barges into their room and she's trying to yell at them in French. And of course it doesn't go over well. We'll talk about that and also Tripp choosing his date at the end of the first episode next week. For right now, I kind of want to take a step back and discuss something that has been brewing on my mind ever since I found out that this show existed, and that is the ethics of the whole situation. Throwing people together in a situation where there is a massive multi-way language barrier and then expecting them to fall in love is a bit of a stretch. The more I thought about it, the more I had just these questions about how this was going to play out, and I've broken down my concerns into 3 separate areas: informed consent, cultural sensitivity or lack thereof, and unrealistic expectations. Can someone truly give informed consent when there is a significant language barrier? I vote no. In the United States medical field, it's a clear violation of patient rights to have a non-English speaking person sign a surgery consent form or do anything without having the opportunity to hear that information in their preferred language and having an interpreter present. If you take away somebody's language, you're in effect taking away their ability to understand. Now, this show might be trying to emphasize the impact or the significance of body language and nonverbal communication, which I mean is valid, but at the same time we can't negate the fact that words have weight. Supposedly everybody knows that they're part of a love experiment, but was this information presented to the women in the language that they understood? In the beginning of the show, you see the producers are sitting down and having webcam conversations with the women, and they are so confused because they're being spoken to in English. How well informed can your decisions be when you're in a really hormonally charged physically attracted to this person type situation, and you don't understand what it is that they're saying or what their intentions are. The implications behind that in real life, and when people are attracted to each other and don't speak the same language, there's so much potential for things to go wrong and for people's feelings to be hurt. I am fully expecting that to happen in this show. A very wise interpreter friend once told me that culture is the lens through which we perceive other people's behaviors. Just like a camera that has a fisheye lens captures a wide scene but doesn't get all the detail, and a telephoto lens zooms in and misses the bigger picture, people from different cultures can have vastly different interpretations of what is happening around them. If neither person understands the other's cultural lens, then we're setting people up for miscommunications, for frustrations, for misunderstandings, for arguments, for a whole lot of drama. And I know this is a show, but realistically speaking, it is not okay for you to go into a situation and think, I don't understand, this person's acting crazy, or this person's being disrespectful. You need to be more curious. I'm interested to see how much, if any, space the show gives to educate on cultural differences, and also about how cultural awareness, or lack thereof, contributes to how the season unfolds. Based off of the descriptions that the American men and the international women were giving of their ideal partners, you can tell there's a whole lot of idealization going on. There's a saying I've heard that's, wherever you go, there you are. I have seen lots of times where people say, oh, I have so many problems with black men. If I could just date a white guy, all of these problems would go away. If I could just date this person, then all of these issues that I'm having with this particular race, nationality, whatever, will be solved. This show's format, with the language barriers in place, with the manufactured settings, those things only amplify that kind of unrealistic thinking. It could even lead to negative associations or negative stereotypes about people from specific countries, which is dangerous not just for the participants, but also for the viewer. Tripp is one of those people. Maybe he's good to look at. He's not my type. He opens his mouth and then you can just hear how culturally ignorant he is.
I've never dated a Japanese woman.
He yells at the women when he's speaking.
Hey, where in Italia are you?
He makes comments about the food.
I don't normally eat this kind of food.
Oh, look at this cute creature.
He does these stupid things.
Wow, yeah. Gesundheit.
We have some blueberry. Blue.
And expects for it to sweep people off of their feet. I think that we will see a lot of people crash after the high of expecting American men to be a certain way, or expecting international women to be a certain way. It'll be interesting, I think. So that's a wrap on season 1, episode 1 of Love and Translation. Have any of the couples made a genuine connection through the 2-minute gaze challenge? Will the women use their translators to conspire and to strategize with each other? How awkward will those solo dates be? I kind of can't wait, but also am dreading watching how this goes down. Let me know down in the comments what your impressions of this show are so far. Thank you so much for sitting through this video with me. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day, evening, wherever you are. And just remember, as we always say on our channel, with God, all things are possible. Take care.